Good morning to you all our viewers. It's Adwa TV where we bring good things to life. It's A.M Ghana and you're with me, your host or hostess, Julia, Lady Julia, how I'm called. Today, I was reading something in Proverbs and I want to share it with you because I think it is very ripe and accurate for the season. That's Proverbs chapter 1 from verse 1. It says, the words of King Lemuel, the oracle which his mother taught him. And this is where I'm most concerned about. What, O my son, and what, O son of my womb, and what shall I advise you, O son of my vows? Do not give your strength to women, okay, nor your waist to that which destroys kings. It is not for kings, O Lemuel, it is not for kings to drink wine, or for rulers to desire strong drink. So that's verse 4. It is not for kings, O Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, or for rulers to desire strong drink. I don't know how you interpret that this morning, but for me, if you're a king and you see yourself as a king, if you see yourself as a leader, if you see yourself as someone great, or at least aspiring to be at the top, then the advice from a cherished mother and the advice from a cherished person, host you have here or presenter, is that wine, strong drink, is definitely not for you. Consider this as you plan towards Christmas. It's just 2 days away. Yes, today is the 22nd of December. It's a beautiful Wednesday. And I know that wherever you are blessed because you do have life from above. Yes, we have more in store today, a political discussion. But before that, the newspaper headlines. We'll look at some of the topical issues that, yes, we know Parliament is there. Yes, Parliament. But we will look at what the newspapers have to say right after this break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Rwandair today. Rwandair, the safest airline in Africa.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.
Announcements on Adwa TV. Contact Adwa TV for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at Stepwork premises. Adwa TV, bringing good things to life.
CBU makeups now. I'm not correct. Why your best mankasa?
That's it.
Who anyone? Oh, middle. You can't say back on CB makeups. Me see CB makeups na make a year.
Yeah, you see men and women's capsules now. You knew the data. And 1 year packaging I had a.
Wow! What a packaging! CB men, any CB women capsules, no packaging is out. And you also no mood any biansan wako do pegi.
Share a painful any about town man kwada for. Any kwada won you and come home.
Susanna, Ghana man tamasi.
Dodo Afre 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA aje edwedin kato yato.
thank you for joining me once more, and thank you for getting ready and geared up. I know you're all suited up for the newspaper headlines. I don't know what you have in your hand there, but let's start with the Daily Graphic. Truth and accuracy every day. And if you've been following me for some time now, you surely would know that Daily Graphic is most likely to go first. My first news item is Ghana wins case in Norway. Ghana wins case in Norway, and that's on page 16. We have a beautiful picture of Mr. H. Should I say a handsome picture of Mr. Godfrey Dame, the Attorney General? And so I'm going to skip to page 16 to capture a little of what it has to say. Parliament, Ghana wins case in Norway. Yes, I am. I'm also keen on what is happening in Parliament, but Ghana wins case is first. So the Oslo District Court, presided over by Justice Daphne Gronvik, has dismissed an action instituted by Mr. Jongsbø ASA, sellers of a property identified by Ghana for use as a chancery in Oslo, Norway in 2018. The court, after a trial, held that none of Ghana's representatives in the transaction, as well as Ghana's lawyer at the time of the transaction, had authority to conclude a binding agreement between Ghana and the sellers, and therefore Ghana will be acquitted of the lawsuit by Jongsbø AS. So it awarded procedural costs in the sum of 1,700,000 Norwegian kroner in favor of Ghana to be paid by Jongsbø. So that is it. There's more on the story, but I believe this is just enough to whet your appetite this morning on this particular case. You want to know the facts surrounding this, Daily Graphic has it on page 16 down there. Back to the front page. Parliament fails to approve e-levy bill 2021, and that again is on page 21, which I nearly read. Okay, so now it's time to hear it. Parliament has adjourned proceedings to 18th of January next year, 2022. Yes, after its penultimate sitting ended acrimoniously. The first Deputy Speaker, Mr. Joseph Osei Owusu, Joe Wise, as he is affectionately called, announced the adjournment yesterday when the House could not continue with the consideration of the Electronic Transaction Bill 2021. That's the e-levy bill. Last Monday night's proceedings toward the passage of the bill came to an abrupt end when a scuffle broke out, which you and I all witnessed, whether on TV. I believe yesterday you called it on Madra TV right after the newspaper headlines. We wanted you to see everything that happened, those that missed it. So that was a scuffle that broke out between some minority and some majority members of parliament, MPs, leading to the failure of the House to approve that bill. So there's more on why the confusion and also some of the chaotic scenes. And we do have a picture of that. So maybe you can identify your MP in that picture on page 16. Most of them were in blues. About one person was in white and some suits. Try and identify your MP, and then maybe you might advise or yourself or your MP later on. So back to the front page, and what is making the big story here is coming from Dr. George Kufo Dampare, RIGP. Police scale up security. Saying Unitide is here. Police scale up security. The police administration has ramped up security measures, including intensifying patrolling and increasing visibility in crowded areas across the country to ensure public safety during the festive season. So if you have any worries about, security or your safety wherever you are, you can be rest assured that the Dampare RIGP is saying they are scaling up visibility and, of course, patrols. I know that in my area, they usually do that during the nights of the Yuletide season, especially on the 31st night, which really helps us because a lot of us get worried. We always have to leave one or two people behind who don't also make it to church on that day because of security reasons. So we're happy to be hearing that our police is once again considering this. So there's more on alertness, be it day or night. You know that when it comes to robbers, what they actually, the advantage they have over us is the element of surprise. The element of surprise, and you will not be caught surprised when you are also prepared. So do your bit. The police is promising to also do their bit. Do your bit and then turn the surprise over upon their heads. So that will be it. Make sure you protect yourself wherever you go, whether you are in the house or outside, whether you are, it's daytime or it's night. Just keep yourselves protected and your property as well. Okay, so let's go take a look inside Africa. I see some sacks. Sacks, I think, is of cocoa beans, because usually we have cocoa beans in these sacks. Workers at SAF Cacao in San Pedro, Cote d'Ivoire. Let's see, Cote d'Ivoire dockers suspend strike, and we told that dockers in Cote d'Ivoire, Cote d'Ivoire's two main ports of Abidjan and San Pedro, have suspended a week-long strike while negotiations are held with the government, a union spokesperson said. And then we also have updates on Jacob Zuma's case. Court allows Zuma to appeal. Yes, issues arising from South Africa. Okay, so let's take a look inside the globe. Biden provides 500 million test kits to tackle surge. 500 million test kits to tackle surge. And yes, I know that in some parts of our world, of Africa, like Ghana, we do not take the COVID seriously, irrespective of what our leaders are doing or they are saying and doing for us. We, the citizenry, for one reason or the other, are not taking COVID-19 serious, whether it's the vaccination, the jab, the needle you are afraid of, or the rumors that are scaring you from taking the jab. Even the mask, we've just dropped them, and the masks get cheaper and cheaper. Now we don't even buy them, the single masks. Now the whole pack goes for, some go for 5 cedis, some go for 8 cedis, and yet we are not masking up. I don't even want to talk of social distancing. As for the sanitizers, we've left them to their producers. Produce and use by yourselves. We're no longer washing our hands. Even the Veronica buckets and all that technology that came, us at the time where COVID was a scare, we seem to have turned them. Some of them, you go to the entrances of certain places and they've even been turned. The buckets are empty. There is no soap. The tissues have been carried away by the dry Hamatan air and all that. Please, it is still killing people, and we are not out of the globe. We're not out of the world yet. We are not out yet. We do not wish it on anybody. We do not wish it to come into our country, but we need to play our part. We need to play our part. All right. Romanian crowd tries to storm parliament. I guess they are also having issues with their parliament, or the citizenry with parliament. They're protesters trying to gain access inside the building that houses the Romanian parliament during a protest against the introduction of COVID-19 passes. So there, Romania also having their own share of issues. If you want to know what exactly is going on there, that is on page 19 of the Global Outlook in the Daily Graphic. And then on opinion on blue kiosk, the blue kiosk option, there is a write-up here on page 10. Yeah, on page 10 is by Madame Elizabeth Ohene. I have had the pleasure of meeting this fantastic woman. She was once a stateswoman. You know her, Madame Elizabeth Ohene, and she's a wonderful and lovely person. When you meet them in person, I had that opportunity, and she was a very lovely or she is, sorry, a very lovely woman. On gender issues, police initiate moves against defilement in Volta region. And I see some form of demonstration going on there. So read more on the sensitization sessions that was taken, and women advised to lead in water sector. I don't know, when it comes to sensitizing women, especially, or the girl child, towards these form of sexual abuses, I don't know what is being done. Do we have things like certain trainings in school? I mean, we can use PE time for that, not really going deep into taekwondo or tai chi or kung fu and all that, but how to protect themselves. How can ladies, I mean, these things should be inculcated into the school's curricula, academic curricula. I mean, we can do that, right? It wouldn't be too big, especially if we have the mind of, and now even for our young boys as well, knowing sodomy is on the rise, I think we should do things like that anyway. Yes, this is what interests me. On page 17 in politics in Ghana, there is a quote here I want to read. It's coming from Fred Rogers, who is a musician, a puppeteer, a writer, or who was. Today I'm mixing up my Aces and Wasses. Yeah, musician, puppeteer, writer, and producer Fred Rogers. He died in 2003, and this is what he had to say. He says, "It's not much what we have in this life that matters. It's what we do with what we have." That being said, Majority Leader apologizes for brawl in Parliament, and he had this to say: "We are sorry." I mean, we all expected to hear that. We are sorry, but is it enough? Is it enough? Because this is not the first time, and I don't know if I should say it wouldn't be the last, but is it enough? I mean, the way you can be sorry is by making sure that this is the last and final time that you will be the leaders that we all expect you to be. Be the leaders we expect you to be. We don't want your children watching you on TV displaying such violent acts, and in nowhere, not in a marketplace, nowhere but in Parliament, where the whole world gets to watch you. Speaker took leave on health grounds. That's coming from the minority. So as I said, it's on page 17. But on the middle spread, CIMG confers fellowship on 2 marketing practitioners. The Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana has conferred fellowships on 2 marketing practitioners for consistently being excellent marketing professionals, influencing and creating impact as team leaders. Who are we talking about? We're talking about Mr. Franklin A. Soa of the Graphic Communications Group Limited and the Chief Marketing Officer of MTN. He is Mr. Noel Kojo Ganson. So kudos to you. Yes, Mr. Franklin A. Soa and Noel Kojo Ganson. E-payment platform delivers efficiency and transparency. That's coming from President Akufo-Addo. It's their middle spread. GTA, yes, the Ghana Tourism Authority embarks on enforcement exercise, and that will be the 3 major stories for the middle spread. Jumping straight into sports, Black Stars coach confident of AFCON success, and he names his provisional squad for Doha camp. I bet, yeah, it is there. The provisional squad is there. Goalkeepers Joseph Wolacott and co. Defenders Andy Iadom and co. Midfielders Baba Idrisu and co. Read more if you want to know. It's on page 47 of the Daily Graphic. I think I'll end that. Okay, on the back page, traders arrested over adulterated palm oil. Good. Yes, I think that what we do with our food is important, not just to better your profit margins. You put the lives of everyone at risk. And that's a wrap up, a sum up for the Daily Graphic. I'm doing the most authoritative newspaper next, the Ghanaian Times. And again, captured here, MPs in brawl over e-levy, and Parliament adjourns, signed. Okay. And the story is here on page 4. Let's take a look I think I read a little on it earlier, right? All right. The acrimony which has accompanied the presentation of the 2022 budget statement and economic policy of government reached a crescendo on Monday night when members of parliament engaged in a scuffle over the controversial electronic transactions levy. I think that will be it for. So we have another picture. It's from a different angle. So if you didn't get your MP in the other picture, try the Ghanaian Times. You might catch him in this picture. Members of Parliament brawl over levy, and 99 offending drivers arrested in Second D Takrade Metropolis. And that's on page 3. 99 offending drivers. Yes, government approves funds for RECSEG activities. Let's go to the middle spread for that particular story. President Nana Akufo-Addo has approved the allocation of funds to cater for the activities of regional security councils, RECSEX, including the payment of allowances to members. This forms part of efforts by the government to strengthen the various RECSEX to enhance the country's the country's chances. So you are waiting for that, right? To enhance the country's chances of dealing strongly with security threats at the local level. So the Minister of National Security, Albert Kandapa, disclosed this in Accra yesterday at a sensitization forum organized by his ministry for regional ministers on the new national security strategy launched by the president. Again, on the middle spread, Postal and Courier Services Regulatory Commission to roll out strict licensing regime. I think that will be good. So, great luck in Accra. Drivers, commuters experience awful Yuletide traffic jam, and it affected me as well this morning. I got here a bit late because I did leave home at the usual, the same time, 5 a.m. But I got here about 24 minutes later than I usually do, 24 solid minutes later. That tells you people are up early as well, and they will be even late, they will still be around. The traffic now is extended. I mean, it goes later than it's supposed to. So I've read about the government approves funds for exec activities already, but yeah, so that will be it for the items on the front page. But on the back page, Rajovac releases 30-man provisional stars squad. And I told you want to know, grab the daily graphic. It's on the penultimate page, or grab the Ghanaian Times on the back page. Don't go and stand by the newsstands, please. Grab a copy and read for yourself. Okay, so that will be it for Ghanaian Times. I'm doing the new crusading guide next. I see a picture of the VIP as he launches e-pharmacy digital platform in area today. It's on pages 3 and 10. Okay, audit personal bank accounts of government appointees and civil servants. Audit bank accounts, audit personal bank accounts of government appointees and civil servants. I'm not the one saying this. Osofo Shri Abosom is the one saying this. You want to know why? Okay, then buy the new crusading guide. It's there. Sports complex regularization. So I've drunk tea, so I don't know what's happening. And affiliate associations hold forum on property registration. Oh, okay, that's on page 10. Property and sports complex. I'm wondering what the connection is, unless they are trying to get some lands or some property for their for more stadiums, more. We'll see. Okay, another suit rocks AG. Oh, okay, yes, that was read yesterday. I remember very well. Sami Jemfi, yes, taking the aging and Ghana Health Service to court over COVID-19 restrictions, specifically about compulsory vaccination. Yeah. Then more on that. Let's go. Okay, there's one more story. Dr. Dr. Lawyer Nana Opong and others are now professors. So now they are professors. I don't know how we will rearrange the title, whether I will just go by professor or Professor Dr. Lawyer Nana Opong. I leave it at that. So, abducted Haiti missionaries describe daring escape, and UK Supreme Court denies Maduro claim to Venezuelan gold, and that will be it for foreign news. There, VIP launches e-pharmacy digital platform today. I've already read on that, but the story is here on page 3. Okay, so miners experiment with hydrogen to power giant trucks. Wow, okay. That's inside Africa anyway. It's inside Africa. Just for you to know that Sudan coup, thousands protest on uprising anniversary. And finally on sports, AFCON will go ahead as planned. That's coming from Patrice Motsepe. And that will be it for the new crusading guide. Daily Guide has this to say. Daily Guide, more investments in education coming. Yeah. Dr. Ya Osei Educhum. It's on page 6. Grab a copy of the new Daily Guide. Sorry, the Daily Guide. Why am I adding new? All right. Ghana wins Norway Chancery case. I read that already. And so suit to amend incompetent motion against IGP. Hey, all right. Beasts in parliament, free for all fighting. Beasts in parliament, free for all fighting. Remember, I am quoting, I'm reading from the graphic. They are not my words. And this story is on page 3, but there's a beautiful picture up front there. Beastly scene on Monday night from Parliament House. Once again, this is in color. I believe you can identify your MP. So, continue. Tourism Ministry puts Black Star Films on hold. Do I know what movie that is? I think I quite, I saw, a thriller of it. Yes, I think so. Stone Boy is a genius when it comes to music. Of course, we know Stone Boy for his music, unless you are saying something else. That's for entertainment news there, and that will be it. I think that's okay. Okay. So the little out to sports from the Daily Guide will be Pele blesses Mbappe. Pele blesses Mbappe. For the others, I've already captured them in the other newspapers. But the Daily Statesman on the screaming headlines: Parliament on recess after brawl over e-levy, and the Honorable Osei Che Mensah, the majority leader's picture is there. On the left, and on the right, Haruna Idrisu, the minority leader, and of course at the center of it all is Alban Bagbin, Speaker of Parliament. Parliament is about brain power and not body power. I'm not saying this again. It's on the front page, right there, page 5. It's there. Ochenhene appeals for peace and order at Asaman Kese. Baumia to launch e-pharmacy today, and Rivaldo, the Brazil and Barcelona great, who in childhood poverty never dared to dream. Rivaldo, pictured in 1990s. Okay, so the picture here is of him in 1997 after his move to Barca, and I believe there's a story. This whole story is about Rivaldo. So for those who know him, I'm not talking about the millennium babies. So those who were watching football and understood football as of the year, 1997, thereabouts. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. It's on the back page. That doesn't stop you, the millennium babies, from reading as well. Unfortunately, there's a story here down there. I can't read it because the starting of it is bad. It's all blurred out. So I'll leave that for that. But the Chronicles, of course, not the least, but the last from this morning. the true independence. First and second deputy speakers should be elected from outside parliament. Who is saying this? Why is that person saying this? And who in particular is this addressed to? Just as the citizenry, or is it going to parliament? Well, it's an editorial and it's captured on page 4. Page 4. So there's a very big picture of the bro. I see somebody's head in someone's armpits there. I'm talking about what ensued in parliament on Monday. Someone's head in someone's armpits. And I see another on the platform. I don't know what he is doing. I think dragging the chair. That would be from, is it 1st of December? What happened? So, Ghana's Day of Democratic Shame. Ghana's Day of Democratic Shame. Parliament begins and ends 2021 with blows. So, try and get your MP there and see whether he was fighting for your e-levy freedom or he was fighting for your e-levy approval, whichever one. Try and get them. Slain GPHA boss husband worried over slow pace of probe. Slain GPHA boss, the boss husband worried over slow pace of probe. So Mrs. Josephine Tando Asante murdered GPHA boss. And that story is on page 14. Ochinghene mad over Asamankese chieftaincy role. And I'm looking a little into... All right, fire. Oh my God. Fire ravages properties at Ashaima New Town. Oh, poor land border management could pose serious national security risk. And all right, in sports, is there anything new? Mourinho's Roma welcomes Sampdoria. Inter set to extend their advantage at the top. Atletico Madrid to avoid 4th straight defeat at Granada, and Real Madrid to consolidate lead against Atletico Bilbao. So that will be it for the newspaper headlines, but of course not without Proverbs 26:11. And like a dog that returns to his vomit is a fool who repeats his folly. Mimpasem Majawoha. We'll be right back after this break.
Malaria nti abayi waye juma bono. Malaria defo ya o. Enti awo ahire ne customers ni. Wahu ne se maami aye smart. Abe CB Malakio. Amma ne baya odi ko school. She se aduane si berry market tie ni malaria nti a onti mi. And now Emma will be around to walk. So we have malaria test. Maybe one. And better wa and the CB Malakio. You do not hama. And now kick out bomb as soon as I CB Malakio. And no way so there. And I know grow. And yet that shit.
A drawing your ma appeal for about a woman for any quada one in fear.
Susiana. What would you
FD Ashusha sa a jedi and crato you mu adia to Musa again.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Rwandair today. Rwandair, the safest airline in Africa.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.
Announcements on Adwa TV. Contact Adwa TV for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at Stepwork Premises. Adwa TV, bringing good things to life.
CB makeup now. I'm not correct. What's your best mankasa? That's it. Who anyone? Oh, middle. You captures about one for CB makeup sauce. Missy CB makeup sauce and make a year.
Yeah, you see men and women's capsules now. They knew the data. And 1 year packaging I had the pepper.
Wow! What a packaging! CB man, any CB woman capsules no packaging is out. And you also no mood any biansan wako do pegi.
Share a painful any about town man kwada no for. Any kwada won di fie do ye. En ka ho.
Susanna. Ghana man be man tamase.
Dodo Afre 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA aje edwedin kato yato.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Rwandair today. Rwandair, the safest airline in Africa.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.
Down live. The Miz said that his success pays the rest of the men's locker room's salaries, and SmackDown Live GM Daniel Bryan said, well, if that's the case, let's put them to work. Avoiding that kick and getting a 2 count, blocks the right hand, unloads a right of his own. And the lunatic fringe lighting up the Miz. Ambrose lands on his feet, and again he's fighting off the lumberjacks. Face first into the ring post. Ambrose going all the way up to the high red district. Lunatic fringe elbow. Cover. Oh, and Miz just escaped. Lunatic lariat turns the Miz almost inside out. What the big target? And now all the lumberjacks. Chaos on SmackDown Live.
Almost knew it was a matter of time of pandemonium. That's what we're seeing.
And signs of things to come 5 days from tonight at the 30th annual Royal Rumble. It's surrounded by sharks and the lumberjacks trying to keep him from escaping.
Oh, look out! Oh! Lumberjacks everywhere.
Dean Ambrose going for broken. He's lucky he didn't break anything as he wipes out the Miz and the lumberjacks.
Somewhere in that pile is his opponent, The Miz. There he is.
The Intercontinental Championship up for grabs. The Miz nursing his right rib cage. WWE Universe enthralled with the action.
Clean it house.
This is supposed to be for the Intercontinental Championship. Leverage. The Miz.
Chicken.
Oh, and Ambrose kicks out just in the nick of time.
Ambrose got him.
Here's your winner and still the Intercontinental Champion, Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose enters his 4th Royal Rumble match, still Intercontinental
If
Champion.
it weren't for all those stupid lumberjacks, The Miz would be the Intercontinental Champion. I told you 2017 it was off to a bad start, and it continues with Dean Ambrose as the Intercontinental Champion. This is a great start. All those lumberjacks were prejudiced. All of them were biased. All of them will come in there with an agenda to help Dean Ambrose. They're jealous of The Miz. They're jealous of his good looks. They're jealous of his...
You see now. You see now.
Mr. President.
Mr. President. No, you can't do this. You can't do it. If you don't want sitting, I'm adjourning the house. I'm adjourning the house. Point of order. Point of order.
I'll kill you outside. Outside this is I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Point of order.
So thank you very much for staying tuned. And for those who were with me during the newspaper headlines, right after the break, I hope you did catch that video, except of what has been happening across Africa. We looked at the first one coming from Uganda, then also from South Africa. And we saw Nigeria, but before Nigeria, we saw that of Ghana as well. These are brawls that have been ensuing in parliaments in Africa, captured in Africa. Ghana was enjoying some peace and quiet, and what we would rather have called some enviable positions, an enviable position when it comes to democracy, because we were not added to this list. Unfortunately, in just these few months, we've actually added ourselves. We found our way, not just in the list, but some way, somehow, venturing to the top, making ourselves, rather a sad one for me, but going through what we saw on Monday and also on the 1st of December, I don't know what your take is on all these, the brawls that are happening in Parliament, the, should I call confusion, the misunderstandings, and what actually sparks these things, and should it even be allowed in Parliament? Is this what we want to see? Is this how our leaders, when they have a dispute, should decide, or how they tend to settle their issues? But then the worrying question would be, has any issue been settled after these brawls, or have these brawls helped settle any issue at all? Well, we have Mr. Abiola, as we will call him. But okay, so I would allow him to give me Mr. Lawrence Enchi, but we call him Abiola. I think we like the Abiola, don't we? And I like the Abiola aspect because maybe he will also give us some small Nigerian outlook into what happened in the Nigerian side, and then what happened in Ghana as well. He's here to help me discuss especially what happened on Monday in Ghana, and with a wider outlook at what happens in Africa, in our parliament houses. What is going on, and is this a step in the right direction? Does this help anybody at all? We are going to try. He's promised me that he's going to put off his political colors, and then we discuss it as a national, and if nothing at all, a continental issue. So good morning to you, Mr. Lawrence.
Good morning, Julia.
Mr. Lawrence, we really haven't met like this before.
Exactly.
Yes, usually I sit and I watch you from the sidelines.
Oh, okay.
But I'm very happy that today we are going to mix our voices on the studio, on the set like this. Good morning. Good morning. And welcome.
Good morning.
How's your morning been so far?
By the grace of God, I'm fine, and you?
Blessed and highly favored. I like it when you ask me that, because I get to say I'm blessed and highly favored.
Yeah, I can see from your appearance.
Thank you very much.
The Lord has been good.
Yes, the Lord has been good.
You look so nice and beautiful.
Thank you.
And I think it's the doing of the Lord. Okay.
And it is wonderful in us.
Yes, exactly. We need to appreciate that. Yes.
Well, but what we really do not appreciate is what is going on. I was skimming through a lot of posts, checking a lot of TV, other TV stations, networks. The posts that was following or coming after the videos, the captured videos of what ensued on Monday in our parliament. And the first offense, the sorry came afterwards, and we know that the sorries do come always afterwards. But is this the right way to go? Not casting a look at any particular political party. Let's look at our leaders in parliament and what is actually going on. Is this the right way to go?
Thank you very much, Julia. First of all, let me wish our cherished viewers a happy Christmas.
Yeah.
And then Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance, because they are the major stakeholders in the program, and they've been with us throughout the whole year. It is important we acknowledge their effort, having taken time to watch us all the time, listen to us. We are grateful to them, and I can also not do without saluting His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and the Commander-in-Chief of Ghana Armed Forces, the responsible and effective President of our Republic, his able Lieutenant, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and the party structure from the polling station right away to the national level. Talking about the national chairman, Honorable Fred Blay, the national women organizer, Mama Kejemfua, and all the party leaders for how they have handled the party so far and where we have gotten to over the weekend.
So just a second there, I would like to, I think I skipped that. In introducing Mr. Lawrence Aintree, I forgot to say that he is the NPP communications rep. So he is the one speaking. So maybe you are now understand the systems.
Yeah, I am here to help you. I know you escape you. Then I have to take the responsibility to do
Thank
so
you
for
very
you because
much,
we are working together, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yes. Today both of us are on the field. Unlike the previous days where you will be on the bench and I'll be on the field. Today we're on the field, so it's a teamwork. So like I said, we had a successful congress, a conference over the weekend in Kumasi, and it was one of the best. We had it peacefully. You see the unity and the enthusiasm, the strength party members put together. I think it was a great thing that needs to be commended. And that tells you that MPP as a party, we believe in democracy. And through democracy, we believe strongly that we'll be able to deliver our social contract that we sign with the good people of this country for we to extend our mandate by breaking the 8 to ensure that Ghana gets to where we want to be. Like the president said that Ghana beyond 8, that is the agenda. And what I saw in Kumasi clearly gave me a great conviction that certainly we are going to break the 8 with Ghanaians. Ghanaians are going to renew our mandate because we are poised to ensure that Ghanaians get the best out of our government. Okay. So to say, let me quickly move on to the issue at stake now. Honestly speaking, I will limit myself to what is happening in Ghana Parliament today. Even though we are part of Africa, but I believe that what is closer to me and what is happening now is what we must talk about. The happenings in Parliament across Africa is not the best, but I will limit myself to what is happening in our Parliament today. I am highly disappointed, first of all, highly disappointed in the Speaker of Parliament. I will not put the blame anywhere. I put the blame at the doorstep of the Speaker of Parliament because he has proven...
Before we even cast the blame, what I want us to look at is how our leaders behave, is as in the brawl. Is the brawl the way out anytime we have conflict? What are we sending as Africans?
I am saying that I am using Babin as an example, and whatever I will say will also has an extension to other countries. The leadership are the cause of all this. If you have a irresponsible leader who cannot control his office, this is what happens. Why am I saying that? We have had a series of a regime. This is the 8th parliament we have had in this country. The 8th parliament. That clearly tells you that if we have not even had, we have had about 6 or 5 or 7 Speaker of Parliament, isn't it?
Yeah.
We have never recorded such incident before. What is happening? And then what has happened? One will ask what has changed at the 8th Parliament where democracy is being deepened. We are seeing what we are seeing on in our Parliament, on the screens everywhere. That tells you there's a leadership paralysis. Okay, there's a clear leadership paralysis. So I am not surprised that the NDC party rejected Babin when he was seeking to be the leader of the party. Okay, I am not surprised. What is happening now tells me clear that He's more incompetent than John Dramani Mahama. That is why the choice for between him and Mahama, they rather went for the Mahama again instead of Babi, whom people were thinking that is a new face who could change things for NDC, not knowing.
I am a little, you know, I just wanted us to move because I know that this, I mean, I have a prepared question that will require these answers. So I feel like we are jumping the gun. So I just wanted us to look at this, not in, as I said earlier, not in party colors. Let's look at what our people, our leaders, my leader. I'm not looking at the color in which, because obviously it takes two to tango, and two in whether opposing or whether the one who is in power in parliament were both tangoing, they were both dancing together. So I want our first what we're discussing right now to be devoid of the party colors. Let's look at how our leaders are handling matters in parliament, and we're asking, is this the best way forward? How does this speak for our democracy as a country, as a continent? Is it that whenever, that's why I wanted to bring in the continent factor, and that's why we put together that video, because we don't even know exactly what happened in Uganda to bring, and I don't even know which side I was looking at. What I'm looking at is Uganda as an African. Should that parliament, whatever the issue is, should it have resulted in that brawl? In South Africa, should it have resulted in that brawl? Then in Ghana, should we not have learned from Uganda? Should we not have learned from Nigeria? Should we not have learned from South Africa up to now? That is what I'm asking. Our leaders, what is wrong with our leaders? Before we come to Ghana and take a look at who is to blame or who did this or who did that. So that's where my focus is.
I understand you perfectly, but I decided to limit myself to Ghana because what happened in Uganda, what happened in Nigeria or South Africa, I am not aware.
Exactly what I was saying. Yes, but then there was a brawl. So but we are talking about the brawl.
Let's take it this way. If you are in a house, okay, and there are matters that is bringing maybe confusion among your children. Who sees to it that that matter will be resolved to ensure peace in the house?
Very beautiful you brought in that, because I did have an exact scenario like that for you. So when you brought in the political aspect, so that's what I'm saying, that before we take a look, before we dive into it, I want us to look at first of all, is the brawl, is fighting that way, the way out? That's what, so before, I believe that our viewers are concerned about that, because when I read through the messages yesterday, that was what, yesterday morning, all through, that's what, people are not really concerned about whether it is the minority that is doing this, the majority that is doing that, the speaker that is doing that. Because if we say we'll take a good look, well, one question someone asked, and which I sided with, was if when we take the family situation, that's why I didn't want to go there. Let's drop that for later. Let's look at, why should my children even be fighting hand blows in parliament? These are children, these are not toddlers, these are not primary school kids, these are not JHS kids, these are children I have brought up to be leaders. These are children I have taken to the best schools. These are children I'm expecting the best out of. They are not being raised to be leaders. These are leaders. These are the leaders of the nation, leaders of constituencies, leaders of departments, of organizations, of institutions that we have put together into one community known as the parliament. And we are expecting, so looking at, that's why we brought out, as I was saying earlier, that's why we brought out all the other countries. We're not looking at the issues that caused the brawl. We are looking at the brawl itself. What should be the way out? We always know that consensus. So why is it that consensus is not the first thing that is coming into the minds of our leaders, but it is to fight, it is to throw chairs, it is to throw sticks, it is to throw fists, it is to throw words? Why should that be the way out?
My sister, we cannot get to the bottom of this matter if we don't tackle it from the leadership point of view. Why am I saying this? I say we have witnessed 8th Parliament, okay? We have witnessed series of regimes, and none of these, except this regime, we are experiencing this. So therefore, clearly tells you there is something wrong somewhere. Okay.
Obviously, there is something
wrong somewhere. If we're a parent, you always pray to God to grant your children a listening ears of your voice. Okay, and that will happen when you, as a parent, you stand neutral. Okay, you stand neutral for your children to have the confidence and respect for you that you are not biased. When that happens, at any material moment, any of them start to misbehave and you shout, your voice will be heard and your prayers materialize.
Okay, so
okay, so
now we now I'll allow him to delve deep because it's like the first question will. So you don't worry.
I'm building a
yes,
point.
I get you.
You see,
go on.
As a Speaker of Parliament, in the wisdom of the Constitution, they knew that the Speaker must be neutral. That is why even when you were a member of Parliament, an elected member of Parliament, and when the opportunity comes for you to become the Speaker of Parliament, you leave your seat and by election is conducted to elect another person to represent the people. But the typical example is Honorable Joe Ajao. He was a member of Parliament, elected member of Parliament, representing one constituency in the voter region. When it came up to that he's supposed to be the Speaker of Parliament, for the purposes of neutrality, there was a by-election in his constituency, and for him to stand neutral. Okay, when you become the Speaker of Parliament, we expect that government business is crucial. So you don't listen to your party tone. You don't show any sign of biasness towards a particular group. When you do so, you are going to lose the confidence and the respect the people give you, and therefore whatever you say is being seen as unwanted signals, noise.
Okay.
The voice of Babi in Parliament is seen as unwanted signals by the parliamentarians because they know he's wearing a particular political lens and his mind is being remoted by a certain political party.
That's a perspective.
That is the truth.
It's a perspective.
I mean,
it's your perspective.
That is the truth.
It's your perspective.
And I have my right to yes.
Yes.
Then, if that is not the truth, what has led to the commotion in Parliament? And as a leader, you cannot control the people. Somebody you have spent.
Okay, so saying that he could not control the people, I think that I don't know if that would be a clear-cut way of putting things, because we always, and we did watch what happened in Parliament, and we realized that whenever there was, with that particular scuffle, or whenever there was a scuffle, he was not in Parliament.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Please go on.
His utterances and certain comments that he made in public, sometimes when he's granted interview.
Okay.
Okay. It is prejudicial. Okay. It's a predetermination of what Parliament is supposed to do. Meanwhile, you are not a voter in Parliament.
Okay.
You remember he made a pronouncement somewhere saying that he's going to ensure that he, as a speaker, certain bill will not be accepted.
But he said certain bills.
There was a particular bill. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. All right.
And we recall that the majority leader came in and said, look, speakers should not make prejudicial statements because you are not a voter. Because when consensus is not built in Parliament, what they do is that they subject the matter, the motion on the floor, to voting, which you are not part of it. So you cannot make a decision, make a statement that seems to or appears to be you are the final authority deciding for the House, which you are not. If indeed you are the final authority, there would not be any need for a motion to be put on the floor for debate and then therefore subsequently go ahead and then vote on it. Okay? So some of his utterances has shown and proven since inception of office that he belongs to a particular, he's prosecuting a certain particular agenda for a particular party. And you can see from his demeanor that clearly he's being remoted. He is being remoted by certain people.
I also want to stand clear of it to say that these are the words of Mr. Lawrence entry.
Yes.
Yes.
You can distance yourself from it, you and your station.
We are.
Yes,
actually.
distance yourself. I am saying that the Honorable Speaker Babin has disappointed Ghanaians because we thought he's a man who has spent so much time in Parliament. He has the experience 27 years in Parliament. And we're expecting him to be neutral and to ensure that Ghanaians get the best out of Parliament. Here is the case. He has sat down, lost his senses for people to control him from a certain political angle, and he has let the state look at now. Parliament seems to be people with the fittest must go there. We are not talking about no more the professional, the think tanks, and those people that we need them in Parliament to ensure that they bring.
Would that be the fault of the Speaker?
Yes. Why not?
How does the Speaker elect macho men and not?
That is what is happening now. What is happening now? We the voters, okay? Those people will say that if Parliament cannot judge, Parliament cannot use law, standing orders to address issues, but rather they will have their way out of strength, okay, physicals. Therefore, next time when we are going to elect somebody to represent in Parliament, will not send any person there. That is what
Mr. Entry, I think this is too far-fetched. In the sense that we the viewers, we the citizenry, we Ghanaians are the very ones who are complaining that we want think tanks in our Parliament. We are the ones saying that we are not, or we did not elect macho men or WWE wrestlers, for that matter, into Parliament. We are expecting leaders who are going to think and make decisions for us, the citizenry. And so I haven't so far come across even one person that is so happy or is even a bit pleased with what is happening in Parliament. So to say that Ghanaians would in the future try and vote for somebody who is more well-built physically, just to, I think that is rather far-fetched.
No, that is what
very far-fetched. And I think it demeans Ghanaians, their intelligence as well.
Let me tell you, over the years, that is what Ghanaians have been doing. We elect people who have the ideas. I'm telling the people in Parliament now, most of them, almost all of them are professionals.
Exactly.
And they are think tanks. I cannot run down over their intelligence. We have very good lawyers, we have very good engineers, we have bankers. You see, they are people of substance.
That is
exactly
the
people we send them. But here is the case. The leadership of Babin has changed what we were expecting from them to physicals. Therefore, it is sending a signal to us that if they cannot use their brain to judge or to deliberate and build a consensus or use the law they themselves have enacted to resolve matters, but rather the physicals will do, then it's giving us an informed decision as electorate that we should rather next time send the macho men to go and represent us. So that when it comes to matters of this nature and law cannot work, they cannot use their brains to discuss what is supposed to be done for this country, and we want to exchange blows, then we'll have the people, the macho men to do so. That is what Babin is trying to say.
I will insist on it again. I will insist again that is demeaning the intelligence of we the
Babin's position.
And I'm sorry, but I will not.
Honorable Babin today is a disgrace to the position he's occupying.
So I did say earlier, I understand what you're saying. I did say earlier that we'll try and put our party colors aside. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like the interview is going or our discussion is going the way I had wanted it to. Yes, because it is very this is really going one-sided.
It's
going one-sided because let me land
I'll
on
come
this
back to the generality of the members in the house.
Let me land on this. We've already taken this part, so let me land on this. You in your own submission, you did say that we have elected or we have placed think tanks into our parliament in the name of lawyers, of engineers, bankers, all disciplines, the best of the best in our parliament. Now, if the best of the best cannot, because I'm thinking about the best of the best in a single room here, and we give them a leader, somebody who is not necessarily supposed to tell them go this way or go that way, but one who is just supposed to coordinate affairs amongst them. And in your own words, I'm just creating this scenario. This coordinator, in the name of a leader, is doing the wrong thing. In my own understanding, these lawyers, these engineers, accountants, these so highly professionals cannot do anything but to fight. Fists, throwing their legs about, and I'm expected to blame the coordinator. I think I blame the house as a whole. Because that is what you're living, and I don't know, but if there are 200, please get me right on the figure there. Even if there are 250, and one person has to coordinate between 250, and we are not talking about ordinary, and that's why I wanted to say 275, not ordinary, 275 scholarly professionals in one room, and we're giving them the best of Ghana, the best of education, the best of our resources. And you are telling me that because the speaker is one-sided, these best of the nation's resources can't do anything but to fight, then I think we have already lost the argument.
Let me tell you, we've not lost it.
We have.
You see, if you can take time and listen to me for me to build my point, you appreciate what.
Please build your point. Listen, I think
you are the moderator of this show, okay? Assuming we are two here, or more than two, and you are the moderator, you give us equal playing field for we to exercise our, or to express ourselves.
Okay.
If you should make any statement, okay, that appears to be an entrenched position in favor of one party, what will happen here? There'll be misunderstanding.
Which shouldn't result in a brawl.
It will, because you cannot cheat nature. We all sit down here, we are all human beings. You see, I am talking to you nicely, you are smiling to me nicely because we are fine. If you use any word...
But we are disagreeing anyway.
Yes. If you use
any
word...
Yes.
Exactly. If you use any word that will touch me, okay, negatively, I will be tempted to react differently.
To be violent.
And then if you also respond in that direction, what will happen is that it will go and extend of blues. Definitely by human nature. Because when tempers rise, you may not even know you are acting this way. Okay? Then, yes, okay. You may not know. So one will ask.
I stand to differ. But
No. It is a fact. If you, the leader, make a statement in favor of the other without giving the opportunity to the other person, there will be a disagreement and motions will start coming up. In the course of it, when it is not managed well, it will go to extreme, and that extreme will be the exchange of blows, and no human being will sit down for somebody to touch him without even retaliating. Because even if the person is not trying to retaliate what is happening, and the person will make an attempt to prevent it, okay? And in the attempt to prevent it, maybe your prevention will be stronger than even the attack. And that is what exactly you saw in Parliament. And who caused it? Who caused it? Okay. We were expecting the Speaker of Parliament to be in his seat. If the Speaker of Parliament was in charge and we was in his seat, the Joyce wouldn't have changed the baton for the other person for him to go and
exercise. Please, can I ask if it is compulsory for the Speaker to be in his seat?
Why not? Is it not being paid for?
We have deputies for that reason.
No. Listen.
So why do we have
the
deputies?
Head is there, we don't put the cap on the knee.
No, but if the knee, if the head for a reason can, we provided that space for the cap to fit the knee, then it means that there could be times, there could be episodes.
Let me tell you, sometimes the truth must be told.
Let's tell the
you
truth.
See, when facts and figures are being presented, even the gods become silent.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Honorable Speaker of Parliament, before he would travel outside this country with his family, whether to go and enjoy or whatever, I'm coming. Let me build my point, my sister.
No, I'm not preventing you. I don't want you to add
am
any
expecting
sentiments
you that
there.
The way you handle me will go with your beauty. I beg you.
Yes, I believe that.
Don't stop me. Let me build my point.
I believe that that statement was not meant to cause me to call in my shell, because it wouldn't. I'm the last person you try that trick on, sir, but let's go on. Yes, I'm treating you beautifully, just like my viewers would want.
Okay,
so let's go on that. Yes.
You know, he knows there is a serious government business, and no other business in Parliament is bigger than this one.
All right, so let me ask you this. Knowing that, is it that the Speaker was not in Parliament that
He
day?
came there. He was there.
He was there from
But
morning?
he was there.
Okay.
As he was not able to coordinate for the exercise to go on well, either to be approved or not to be approved.
Was he there when the motion for that particular issue was?
There was a motion on the floor for the consideration of.
We are told he was not available.
He was there.
No, but he was there for a point, and I was even told you extended.
That is why I'm saying that he's being remoted. He's not using his phone.
You see, that is your perception.
No.
Remoted by who? This is a perception.
I'm saying that
just the same way somebody can say that you are being remoted right now as you sit here. Would that be fair?
Let me tell you. You see, there are certain things I have, okay, the information, you may not have it.
Oh, okay, so let us understand.
I am a politician.
Okay.
I am not here as a Christian, even though I'm a Christian, but I am here as a politician.
All right, so tell us.
Babin was in the Parliament. A lot of motions were laid before the Parliament.
Oh, okay.
Among all those motions, the Parliament among them was the approval of the budget for 2022 and the government. Knowing very well the number in Parliament, that having hung Parliament, okay, and then we only have one independent who has added his number to that of the majority, okay. He knew if he's in sitting, and after the debate, they subject the thing to voting, the majority will have it.
Okay.
Okay. Therefore, strategically, okay, the remote work, leave there, so that you will get one of your deputy who is having voting right to go and sit in for you, and the moment he takes the seat, that person forfeit his vote.
Okay.
I hope you are getting.
I guess what you are saying.
I hope you are getting. Yes.
But
so why Babi did not?
Did the NPP foresee this?
I'm coming. Let me finish my point.
No, because you stated that part, so that we do not drift too.
What I'm saying is that was the idea of the NDC strategy.
No, that is the idea you think.
That is the idea I believe, and it is the truth, and nothing else. Babin did strategically. But we also know that if we are able to hand the baton to somebody at any given point in time, so can I also hand the baton to my deputy for me to leave the seat and become a member of Parliament, because I also represent people of Bekwai. I only forfeit my vote when I sit in the chair. Okay? The moment I leave the seat, I still have my vote to be casted. So if we are planning this way, we also have, because to every door there is key. To every door there is key. Okay? So if you have had a strategy to leave, thinking that you can lure somebody to the seat so that you can still have the system not to work, we also know that one person will cut his vote, and after that, I can also say, I am leaving, come and take the seat, and I'll go in and cut my vote. So if Babin has sit in...
That was your answer to
Babin's... Yeah, behavior.
Oh, okay.
You see? That is why I'm saying that his irresponsibility has caused all this chaos in the Parliament.
Now, when I was asking you earlier that didn't the NPP foresee this coming? Didn't you see this coming? Especially knowing, because you did have you did have a choice between Michael Kwe, right, on the 5th of January, 6th of January, 2021, when you were casting your vote in Parliament to elect a Speaker of Parliament. Didn't you foresee this before selecting?
Honestly speaking,
the honourable now.
We as a party, okay, we are not having any difficulties with Babin's selection, even though what the party nominated couldn't work out. We couldn't get what we nominated. However, Babin, as an experienced politician in this country, who now even seems to be a statesman, a state person, okay, having served in Parliament for 27 years, he has gone through the mill.
Okay.
Okay, so we were expecting all Ghanaians, including we the MPP, that he will be neutral and ensure that we move Ghana forward.
Okay. So
yes, but unfortunately, what we were expecting does not happen.
So is that to say then that you were not expecting or you did not foresee this coming in any way?
Not at all. We least expected that Babin would lose himself for somebody like Sedun Keti and others to remote him. We least expected. Okay, that is why I'm saying that Babin today, he is a disgrace to the position he's occupying in the history of this country.
All right, that's clearly defined by you. We also saw that the deputy Speaker of Parliament took seat, and in the seat still as when he occupies the seat, he's acting as the Speaker of Parliament. How would you also define his takeover during that time?
When he took up took over the seat, the voting started going on. Okay, things were going on smoothly. So the time he said, okay, it has gotten to a time for me also to go and cast my vote, because the people
during I want you
when Babin left,
yes,
and he took over the seat, there was calm, proceedings was going on well, there was
a lot of disagreements.
For that one, they disagree and agree.
But it is these disagreements.
Where the disagreement came was when he had wanted to go and cast his vote.
So has it ever been done?
By law, he sits inside the seat and forfeits his vote.
Exactly.
But the moment he hands over the baton to somebody, he has the right to vote. Okay?
Has that ever been done?
The law, our constitution, do you mean to tell me that all the laws in the constitution has been tested before?
I don't know. I mean, that's the reason why I'm asking. Has it ever been done?
It is. But
I'm not asking from a political view. I'm just asking.
It has never been done, but this is the first time for it to be done.
Okay.
Because it is in the law, it is applicable, but it has not been a situation for it to be applied. This is the first time it has to be applied.
You are setting a precedent.
This is the first time we are testing it because of the behavior and the irresponsibility of the speaker. That led us to test that particular law, and that brought the confusion.
So what does that tell you about what the speaker was trying to do, the deputy was trying to do?
The deputy wants to exercise his right to the people he represents. But white people also has interest in the bill.
Yes, they do.
Isn't it?
Yes, they do.
So you expect the deputy speaker to disappoint his people?
I'm wondering whether sitting in that chair at that particular moment as the Speaker of Parliament, whether he was thinking of Bekwai or he was thinking of Ghana.
When you sit inside the seat, you remain neutral. Exactly. That is why we were expecting Babin to sit down so that all other members will have their right. Babin has run away because he has been called to leave.
Your own words?
Yes, Babin has been called to leave the place and create confusion for government business to not go on. Meanwhile, he expected to be paid.
So is this a realization or you saw through it? At the moment.
I am speaking to you, looking through a political lens, and I am telling you what NDC plan plan with Babi.
No, I'm not saying that what you are saying is true or false. So I think you didn't get me on that. I'm asking that from the side of the NPP, when you were told or you saw that the Speaker of Parliament was not was not going to continue with proceedings that day, did you quickly arrive at that, intelligence? Or
we were not informed that Babi will run away. But when we, when you listen to some
your choice of words,
when you listen to some of their MPs and communicators, they will tell you he went to washroom. The washroom Babi went and they were looking for him. I don't know whether he was wearing catheter. So it took him.
I don't know what that is, but it's okay.
Whether he was wearing catheter, so it took him about 4 hours to finish urinating. Other people say he was going to eat.
We actually have heard, and it is in the papers that we told. I actually saw is there a press conference yesterday explaining the absence of the speaker. I don't know which of the papers captured it. I'll look through and get it for you. But we are told that he's been advised not to sit for long hours. I don't know if that went down well.
Very, very, very well. Then, knowing very well that you should not sit down for long, you should have handled that crucial matter within the period that you can sit. Hope you are getting me. If you know, per your doctor's advice, okay, per your doctor's advice, you shouldn't sit for long.
Okay.
You have number of hours you can sit. Then the key issue that must be addressed, you should have dealt with that one before leaving.
Okay, so how many hours did he get to sit in proceedings for that day?
Well, I knew they started business around 10 o'clock.
Yes,
in
and
the
then
morning.
There was a recess.
Yes. And
how long was the recess? How long was the break? Sorry.
Well, I can't speak to that. But he knows if you cannot stay for till the time maybe you finish the business because they were going to rise up. You should have done with the controversial issue which every Ghanaians were expecting to see the way forward as a speaker. You start when the time came for that matter to be addressed, you ran away.
So we
is
do
it
know
not
that
the same NDC people were telling that Makwekwe is old and weak and Babin is young and strong and healthy? Did you ever hear or see Makwekwe running away from Parliament at his age? Did you? Or did you ever hear? Did you ever see Makwekwe and his wife traveling outside this country to go and do chemotherapy? Did you? I'm asking you.
You're asking me?
Yes.
No, I wouldn't answer those questions because they carry colors.
The propaganda the NDC did that Professor Makwekwe is old. He cannot carry the business of the house any longer, and therefore Babi is a young man, he's fit, he can do the business. They have been exposed because there has
Who are the data has been exposed?
The NDC MPs.
Is it only the NDC MPs that voted for Alban Bakpin?
That's not the case. The propaganda.
No, that is the case because you are saying that they are the ones who elected him.
There was a lot of propaganda saying that Babi is strong and Professor Makwekwe is old.
No matter what they said, which people elected Alban?
I am saying that Professor Makwekwe, during his tenure of office, there was not a single day he ran away from Parliament. On the basis of health grounds.
Oh, so moving for health grounds is running away?
No, what is this? The explanation NDC MPs and communicators are saying that he's been advised not to stay long. But they made a propaganda earlier on that the man is fit and stronger. So what has changed today? He has been advised on health grounds.
So
other parties are saying that he went to washroom, and I'm saying that washroom was Babin wearing catheter. I'm saying
that those issues have not been.
They've not
been proved.
I'm saying that
what we heard from the press conference is that he's been advised not to. So that is what we take.
The press conference how did they prove it?
How did they prove it?
The press conference was organized by a group of people.
Yes, I saw.
And an individual can also do that. So I sit here and assuming without admitting that what I'm saying is my press conference.
Which you are doing, by the way.
Yes. It's my press
using
conference.
words like run away and all that. You're doing
suppose
that.
The press, print media picks up today, and that is a press conference granted by Abiola, would you ask me for a proof?
Well, we know that Abiola is sitting here right now in the name of NPP. He's an NPP communications rep. And so when you sit here to tell us that you're speaking for the NPP, we take it that these are the words, just like you are sitting here doing right now. So we are taking your words not as Abiola's words, but as coming from the NPP. You have a strong backing of the NPP.
Very well. The people who organize the press conference, who are they?
Oh, that's coming from the minority.
And the minority, which political party do they belong to?
Oh, the minority are the NDC.
So NDC people made a press conference, and you didn't ask for justification what they have said. Is it the truth or not? It's the same thing.
I don't know.
It is not any civil society organization who made that press conference to give explanation. It is a political party who has come out to give their side of the story why the Speaker of Parliament ran away.
Still.
And yes, I am saying that he ran away based upon advice of NDC leadership.
Yes, so you are saying that.
Yes, I've said it, and that's the truth. Nothing else. So I am trying to say that Babian's conduct in Parliament has disappointed Ghanaians, and that has led to what we are seeing on our screens, what we are seeing in our Parliament, something that has not happened before, and it's uncalled for. We don't even need it in our democracy. Where we started democracy from 1992 today, and every year we keep on deepening our democracy.
My viewers, one viewer, Ezekiel, wants to know where were the NPP earlier on Monday morning when the speaker was ready? He says on Sunday, when you went for your conference and you reported late in Parliament on Monday, and you were playing delay tactics for your numbers, to be up. Where were you then? Anyway, that's the question. And he also, I just want to, so you tackle that question for me before I bring in the next one.
Is the person asking you a question or asking me a question?
Asking you, yes.
Then let the person call me direct.
Call you directly?
And then ask that question.
No, you're sitting here, so
okay,
what you're speaking for the
now
NPP,
what he's saying, I don't know what he's saying, whether it's the truth or not. I don't know. And the person asking that question,
you did have a conference on Sunday.
Yes, we have. We were in Kumasi.
Were you in Parliament on time?
Yes, because our members of Parliament left Kumasi exactly 3:30 p.m.
Are you saying that on Monday NPP was in Parliament on time?
Yes, because on Sunday at exactly 3:30 p.m. all members of Parliament were asked to leave, and they were flown to Accra on 3:30 exactly.
But were you in Parliament on time?
They were in Parliament
on time.
Yes.
That's coming from Mr. Lawrence Inchi, NPP Communications Rep. Another question from you, Mama Jean Kaswa. I think what is happening now in Parliament is rather unfortunate. Sorry, very unfortunate for our great leaders to act in such a barbaric manner. We should ask ourselves why. What is the main cause? Is it opposing people? Is it opposing people on others? I don't get it. Or is it someone's selfish interest? I rest my case. Nana Baumia is working hard for NPP to break the 8. Okay, then I have. Amisco Spele.
Amisco Spele.
You know him?
Oh, everywhere. Any platform I go, Amisco Spele.
You know him. You know him. There's a link. There's a connection. Okay.
There's no connection because the name sounds familiar. When I go to NEET, when I go to Kingdom, anywhere, his text message.
Spelele follows you. I guess he likes you.
Not me in particular. Okay. Even when I'm not on a particular show, and I'm listening to them, Amisco Perele is somebody who normally. Yes, that is why
he's saying. Yes. In fact, the NDC minority must give a break. They must give us a break on on their commotion tactics to frustrate government business. The attitude must stop now and not enter 2022. Okay, he says, I'm Chairman Opambo inside Atremamponia. Blows in our parliament house shows how unreasonable our MPs have become in this 8th parliament. It is becoming a shame to be called a Ghanaian politician, and that's why Dr. Owusu Efriye Akuto has urged our party delegates to learn from what is happening in our current parliament and desist from the skirt and blouse kind of voting. Okay, coming from Political Desmond, many Ghanaians have expressed disappointment at the behavior of their MPs, saying they ought to be role models, not behaving immaturely. Ghanaian politicians have been fractious, okay, since last year's election. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic that affected our economy and the climate change, erratic rainfall patterns, Ghana produced 80.8 million tons of cassava, 7.8 million tons of yam, and 4.1 million tons of plantain, 2.6 million tons of palm oil. Wow, that's a very long list. 713,000 tons of pineapple and 521,000 tons of peanuts. Sir, okay. This has connected local farmers to an online market, to buyers that purchase the goods at fair market prices. Really? Okay, we'll look into this later. But Abdul Basit Zongo, Pioneer, Kumase, the e-levy is a savior policy to mobilize more funds to support the youth entrepreneurship program. What is happening in Parliament is the price the NPP has to pay for taking things for granted. We must correct our mistakes now, or Ghanaians shall correct them for us in 2024. Greetings, greetings to Honorable Frema, Lawyer Hajia, Honorable Dr. Napo, Boniface Abubakar, Honorable Dr. Lawyer John Kuma, Haji, et al. So, I still have one question here for. I still have one question here for you. It's saying that says when the NPP said, or I think yesterday we corrected this, it was the majority leader that said that. So, okay, since he's the majority leader, I think we can take it as that. The majority leader said there would be a showdown in Parliament, and it was followed by the brawl. What else were we to expect?
You see, honestly speaking, let me come back to the generality of the whole thing happening in Parliament.
Okay.
I am expecting our members of Parliament to move from self-centered behavior and look at the interests of the Ghanaians.
So you are seeing that our MPs are being self-centered?
Yeah, those who are opposing the bill now.
Oh, okay.
Because
so
why am I? Yes, they are self-centered, selfish people. I may not miss words. Why am I saying so?
So we have just 3 minutes.
Yes, the same finance minister, Kenoforiata, early this year, went to Parliament and told them, seeking for approval to go for a loan of $28 million to buy vehicles for members of Parliament.
Okay. Some few
$28 million. Not an ant among them objected to that particular loan.
Yeah, it was a galore.
It took them less than 30 seconds to approve that particular bill.
Yeah.
Even though Ghanaians were crying foul, but because it is for their direct benefit, they approve it, and they now riding in those V8s. They turn around.
That's for the whole house, right?
Yes, for the whole house. At that point, minority did not kick against it.
Neither did
majority. But money that we are going to look for to come and solve our infrastructure deficit as a nation, okay, to implement social intervention policies for the good people of this country, because of their political capitalism, they say no.
Okay.
They have stood against it. purely hypocritical and self-centered people who supposed not to lead their people from their various constituencies.
Okay.
It is rather unfortunate. Let me tell you, if this levy, assuming there is a clause that certain percentage of that levy will be used for the direct benefit of members of parliament, they would have approved it long ago.
Mr. Lawrence Asante. Okay, entry, sorry. Forgive me.
Okay? Yes. So these are the people representing you. Greedy people.
Yeah.
Very, very greedy. Look at our roads. Look at our hospitals. Look at our schools.
Yes.
Okay? Look at the unemployment rate swelling up every day. Government said out of this budget is going to make some money available to make sure the youth enter into entrepreneurship. Isn't that the best way to go? You cry for roads to be built. Where do you expect to get the money? You stand and say Ghana government has borrowed so much. Today government says it's not going to borrow. Let's put all hands on this and generate money ourselves and make sure we build our own country. You said that one, no. But when we went outside to go and borrow 28 million US to buy V8 for you, that one we say, yeah. That tells you the kind of people, characters.
In parliament.
That tells you the kind of characters over there. And I'm highly disappointed in them.
Okay.
They are being hypocrites and more capricious. I am saying, calling on Ghanaians, that such people who have stood against the development of this country should not be given a mandate to represent them again in the 9th parliament.
Okay, that's well said from Mr. Lawrence Entry. I'm being careful not to make that mistake again.
And
Mr. Lawrence Entry, aka Abiola. Thank you very much, sir, for honoring our invitation and being here to add your voice and explaining some things to our viewers. I'm sure they appreciate you. But before we leave, I just want you to speak to some of, our viewers concerning how to be careful, on driving this Yuletide. So just a word of caution.
Honestly speaking, I was expecting a day that we will talk about this matter. One thing that saddens me in my life is death through accident or casualty, through accident. When I see an accident, I become so sad. I am pleading out our drivers. I am pleading with our drivers. When you commit the spiritual realm to the Lord before you move your car, which is important, you need to pray. The Lord takes over the spiritual aspect of it, but you, as a human being, having the sense, you will have to be very careful. And then let's also try to develop maintenance culture. Our drivers, normally what they say, this time, I can manage it. And then make me the akwaba. Kakra. Then our mechanics who works on the cars, they should be able to tell the drivers that, look, this must be changed. Some of the drivers will tell mechanics, my master, if you go and tell you, probably you may not have the money for me. So you just manage it for me and let me go and come. Especially the braking system. I am pleading with them. Because life is precious. Okay? And if you are not dead, and maybe you become disabled, okay? That's the most dangerous aspect of life. I am saying that no matter what speed you take, and then no matter how slow you move, the most important thing is your safe arrival. And I'm expecting every driver to take this thing from me. The moment you sit behind your steering, you must see yourself as at defensive driving.
Good. Defensive driving.
You must see yourself as a defender. That anything at all can happen. Somebody sometimes will be behind the steering, he's tired, veer off the street, and then if you are not careful, some people even behind the steering, because of stress long time, their pressure goes up and a whole lot of things happens. So I am pleading with them that the moment you sit behind your steering, see yourself as a defender. Okay, and then make sure if there's somebody commits, you save the person and save your life and the people on board. I am pleading with them.
I appreciate those
yes,
words.
I'm wishing all of them well, and the Lord Almighty God who has taken us through up to this time will surely end with us nicely and continue.
Thank you so much, Abiola, for wrapping up for me, and be safe out there. It's coming from Abiola, myself, and the AM Ghana crew. Pep, Mary, Henry, Blank Singh. If I don't mention this name, Obebome, Patty, Joshua. Yes, we all say be safe out there. Be safe. We'll be here tomorrow again, 6:30 a.m. with the news. Don't do what I would not do. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.